Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Goonies World, where we will be recording another session of Cairn tonight with our special guest for this Cairn series, Red Rocket, also known as Joe.
Greetings.
And Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, who will be hosting us through this little world.
Hey, I am the warden.
And we also have Meanie, who's very sweet, but also known as Ryan.
Oh, I don't know about sweet, but thank you. And hello.
And the eponymous, I've always wanted to say that word. It's the only reason I ever want to do intros is so I could say eponymous.
Eponymous?
Well, you're not even saying it right.
I know.
Joke's on you.
You can just say titular.
Titular. Our titular.
He's eponymous. Eponymous with an N. Yeah.
And that is Goonie, of course, also known as Colin. And I forgot to introduce myself. I'm sure you've all forgotten because my voice sounds just like everybody else's. Loonicorn, also known as Lynn.
Yep. And you're right. We are playing Cairn again. And we're going to get started. And if you don't know what's going on, then you need to get back and listen to the previous episode immediately. So there you are in Grandma Zophia's hut, and they're all pointing, well, one of them, Grandma Zophia's pointing at you, Dobroghost, and all the rest have now stopped their chant of, one of us, one of us, one of us, and everyone is staring at you in awkward silence until somebody breaks it or something happens.
Well, this is making Dobroghost very anxious. I mean, he was already kind of freaked out by the whole creepy cult vibe anyway.
Oh yeah, he's felt anxious ever since he got here. Yeah.
Well, and of course he has a mischievous spirit that has a tendency to take over at times, and in ways that he can't always control. And I think that mischievous spirit, I don't know, man. I mean, he's got anxiety. He didn't eat well. He didn't drink the tea.
He didn't sleep much.
He might be having. Didn't sleep much. He might be having some stomach issues, He's going to just get up and run out of there, I think. Probably, like, explosively breaking wind as he does so.
With a loud one, too. One that propels you forward even a bit. There's so much wind. But rather than react in shock or awe or anger or chasing you, it's just a round of head shaking, sad head shaking. Oh, poor young Dobroghost, says Grandma Zophia. He should have stayed and been one of us. At least you...
I'm going after him.
Oh, well, you must do what you feel is right, of course, she says. Quoting a great Jedi.
I'll not let my friend die out there alone, even if he is a big chicken shit.
I hear you, sister.
Make sure he doesn't go eating any more faces.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you run off after him then, Barbie. And what's Percival doing during this odd time?
Percival is just sort of taking in the situation, and his brain is working. Trying to sort of understand exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's not sure what to do at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, you run off after him, Barbie. Mama Zabagushka, are you staying here as well, or since you've been telling her what to do, be careful.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm staying here, and I'm kind of still like watching over the boy. I'm going to make sure they don't do anything crazy.
Watch over Péker. Yeah. All right, you and Percival stay with Péker. Percival and Péker. How many Percivals does a Péker? There's a tongue twister in there, but I'm not going to get into it now. Dobroghost runs off into the mid-morning air, and I believe it was a clear morning. It's cool. You chase off after him. I mean, not that long after. Which direction are you going? Are you going for like the city gates, or are you going to go hide yourself in hay? What are you going to do?
No, he was just trying to get out of the immediate situation. He's not even going to go super far or anything, just kind of like around the corner, like hiding, behind a nearby building or something.
Yeah, nearest one's a leather worker, so it's a little urine-y smelling, but it's the closest one where you can get out of line of sight. You rush out, and it's not that hard to find him. It's not that big a village. So you catch up with him, Barbie, and obviously he's rather shaken. And you've known him long enough to know this mischievous spirit that tortures his insides. That lives with him and pushes him. But I think all of you are starting to agree with him that something's not quite right in the little village of Menedék.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll stay there with you two in the little alley behind the. I almost hesitate to call it an alley. It makes it seem too urban. But the breezeway between the leather makers and Grandma Sophia's house. What do you guys do?
I just didn't want to make sure. I wanted to make sure you didn't get too far. I won't have you out here running these forests alone. I understand your fear.
These people are they're so creepy, and I don't like it at all. And I'm afraid to go into forest, but I am even more afraid to stay here. I think I don't know. And what is going to become of that poor boy Péker? I don't know. I'm glad Mama Zabakushka seems to be taking an interest in him, but I don't know. They're probably going to sacrifice him to some kind of satanic Earth Mother or something. I don't know.
Let's hope Mama can prevent that, because she is watching closely over the child. That's why she didn't come with me.
Yes, well, I'm not going back. I'm not going to become one of us. No, I don't want.
I did not come to try to force you to come back.
Okay, good. Because I don't want. I just want to be loved.
All right. Meanwhile, the other villagers who have gathered here, one by one, drift off to their previous occupations, leaving you back in the hut with Grandma Sophia and the little boy Péker. And she smiles sweetly down at you. And, it's going to be lovely to have you here, Mama Zabagushka, because I will not live forever. We'll need a new herb wife, which is really a euphemism for a witch. I could teach you much, sister.
Oh, can you? Well, I do want to learn more in the ways of herbs, but I'm afraid we cannot stay.
Oh, I think you'll find that you'll always find your way back to Menedék, and you brave knight. We could use a good, strong sword arm to protect us when we venture out into the world. For while we are protected here, as you've seen from poor Angie, he alone his husband, who was killed by those Habsburgs, we are not always safe, but with you, I feel we would be. I'm so glad that you've chosen to stay here with us. Accept our hospitality. I hope you won't be rushing off.
I am not one who is prone to staying in one place for very long.
You're a rolling stone. You're a rambling man, a rolling stone.
He's a knight errant.
Yes.
He's a wanderer. And I believe our friend who is not one of us, we cannot simply stay here if he is not included. So I think we must be on our way. And I think we'll take the boy with us just to make sure, because even though you said everyone is safe here, I think you meant from outside forces. I'm not so sure he's safe from you.
Oh, I understand that this is a dark world, and the dark secrets of Urigerdu are many. You are right to be paranoid. But that is all it is. Your suspicions are groundless. But to show you that I come from a good place, and all of us here in Menedék are doing good work, we're going to allow you to take young Péker with you, as you request.
You will allow us?
Of course. Well, perhaps I should put it this way. Péker is free to go with you, if he should so choose. I will go outside and let you speak with Péker alone, as a gesture of my goodwill, and to ease your suspicions. She walks outside, leaving the two of you alone with Péker.
Péker, can you hear me?
Of course I can. Remember, he's still kind of in a semi-delirium, but you've spoken with him. Of course I can, yes.
Would you like to stay here, or would you like to leave with me, Mama Zabagushka, and my friends?
He opens his eyes and looks around the room and says, I will go with you, but it will remember you back. It will always remember you back.
Well, we might try to fight it. We'll see.
I will go, but I'm so very tired. I can barely walk.
Has she not given you any herbs to heal you?
I have been given many healing herbs. However, nothing but rest for about a week. A long rest can help me now.
I see.
However, I will go with you, as you say. Me and my one hit point. My 1 point of hit protection. I shall go with you. And he tries to stand up. It's really painful to watch.
Well, if you can make it outside the village, we will see what happens, and if we are able to leave, we can rest outside of the village. And let me help you get up and walk.
Whatever you say, Mama Samakushka. You are my mama now.
Yes.
Just don't eat me.
No, I would never. But I will feed you and make you plump. Come along now.
Well, you guys walk outside, and now Dobberghost and Barbie, who were outside earlier, you would have heard people returning to their jobs and leaving the place, and know the place was emptying out. I don't know how far away you go or what you did. You have about 5 minutes to say you've done something in the interim. Otherwise, I'll assume you guys meet back up outside the hut.
Yeah, Dobberghost was just going to sit there and sob a little bit.
Sob a little bit. Just feel his feelings, Recognize that this...
There.
Just tell yourself this is what's happening right now. I can't control it. Okay. Anyway, so there you guys are. And the villagers, though, now that you say you've left, or that you said you're leaving, and she's taking him, and she's letting you take Péker, as if no bell has rung, no call has come, but they seem to start returning slowly and gathering back together again. But they're just waiting by the gate, not to block you, just lining either side of it. There's about a dozen of them. It's not a huge village. But they're smiling at you, sad little smiles.
I have a feeling that they know that we will come back, so they are letting us go and letting us find out by ourselves what they have said.
They will remember us back. Isn't that what the child said?
Yes, he said something like that.
I want to, as we're leaving, like before we pass through the gates, I'm presuming that even though I have a vow of poverty, so I can't carry any coin, I still have a little coin purse. And I want to stop and scoop up a handful of dirt from the village and put into my coin purse and tuck it back into my pocket.
All right. If only the guy from Brigadoon had done that. Him and his babe might be dining in Manhattan right now. But that's perhaps an obscure reference. Anyway, you guys are allowed to walk out, and you climb back up out of the bowl. In fact, there's actually several exits from, this location. You guys came down from the northwest. You could go back exactly the way you came, back towards that chapel where the spirit of the Hataro Zellum was. But you could also go off to the southwest, which you think might lead kind of back in the direction of Zomaru and Zoltan and Zaus's mill, which you don't like to think about and might not want to go that way. You could go southeast You don't know what's in that direction.
Did we have like a general like idea of where the Zipser was?
Well, if you wanted to get to Zipser, you could go back to where that burned chapel was and retrace your steps, because from there was a place to go to Zipser, or a trail that led to Zipser. There's also one other trail going directly north out of here. So it's either northwest back to where you came from this time, and then on to Zipser, or straight north, which would be in the general direction of Zipser. Short answer, Zipser to the north. One of those two ways, probably.
Is Zipser where we were headed when we encountered the abandoned chapel and all of this?
I think it was a point of interest.
Which way were we going?
I don't know that anyone had decided we're going to Zipser to stamp out. You just knew some nasty business had gone on there. That there was some purchase of blood. A source named Valak had told you by the Lady Erzabet, who's the Habsburg government representative in Zipser. But it wasn't like a quest or a mission to stop it. It was more like knowledge that you had.
I suggest, friends, we should return to our original path.
Yes, we can go back to the chapel. We might rest there if we are allowed. If we are not find ourselves returning back to this village by then.
Okay, so you're going to take that northwest pathway back.
Yeah.
All right. And you climb up out of the bowl. Remember, this is kind of like a big old bowl, this field here in the forest. You climb up out of it, and the forest levels off, and you'll remember those great big hanging curtains of moss. And you should be passing by that roadside shrine of St. Vendel, at least in a few hours. And as you walk ahead, you do indeed pass it. You can see the wax from the candle that you guys made yesterday. Perhaps that candle did keep your journey safe, because you're not molested by any of the many, many dangers of Urig Erdu as you walk through the forest. But beyond that, there's actually a branch in the road that you hadn't noticed before at all. Maybe it's just the angle you're coming at it from, because the forest is pretty thick. If you're walking in one direction, you might not see something that branches off at an angle that you would see easily coming from another direction. Or it could be something more. What do you think you want to do here?
Oh, I have a theory that if we took this new branch that we haven't seen before, it might lead us back to where we just came from.
You mean Menedék?
Yes.
I don't want to go back there.
I suspect that all paths lead to Menedék.
Well, yes.
It sure seems that way.
But I'm not going to let them influence my thinking. We will find out, but I don't remember this path before, so I'm going to ignore it.
All right. Unless anyone impulsively runs down it, we'll continue on forward. That should lead down to the chapel, at least by dusk. However, well before you would expect to reach the chapel, up ahead is something you also do not recall from your previous trip along this path. There's a well, a little roadside well, right there next to the forest. There's a little stone embankment around it. It looks semi-well tended. The stone itself is kind of a pinkish stone, which is odd and out of place in this region. You've heard of such things. Red stones, pink stones. But you do not recall it. Now, your mace is not hot. There's no active witchcraft here. The amulet glows in the presence of magic, and it is glowing ever so faintly. So there's a faint magical aura about this well, but there's no active witchcraft per se.
Now that is strange.
Is anyone thirsty?
Well, what's his Péker? Péker, are you thirsty?
Of course I am. Been walking for hours. I'm so
Yes, let's
tired.
I don't know if we should. This could all be part of their evil plan to draw us back. But the boy needs water, so I will first drink. Well, maybe we should have the one. Maybe Dobrogos should drink of the water, since he will not be returning back. I don't know what that would do, but
Well, I don't like the theory, but I don't have a better idea. But I think I am probably safer since I did not join.
yes.
I don't like it, but I will try.
Well, you guys draw up a bucket of the water and get ready to drink it, Dober Ghost, and you see the water is, like I said, the stone was kind of pinkish. The water itself is kind of pinkish. Would you still like to drink it? It might have like a flavor packet in it. It's pink drink.
It's pink. I don't want to drink the pink. Not if it stank. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, apologies. I think Dobroghost does not want to drink it, but his mischievous spirit might compel him to do so anyway.
Okay. Well, you drink it. Oh, and you know what? Oh, it's good. It's real good. It's sweet. I imagine you start like a little sip, right? And then you guys just see him hoist the bucket up over his head, and he's gulping it down. It's so delicious. And,
I want this pink all in me.
yeah, he drinks that pink drink and pink ink, and suddenly, though, his eyeballs just roll up into the back of his head, and he drops the bucket, and he stiffens as if he's going into rigor mortis and topples over. And however, you, Dobroghost, you are having a vision. Your vision, there's a crowded hallway. You're running down a crowded hallway. You look around. Your friends are with you. You look to one side, and there's a window. You leap out of it impulsively, and your arms and legs begin to windmill back and forth in the air as you realize you're 4 or 5 stories up. You see some urban pavement down below you, and just when you would smash, you wake up from the vision. And you've seen this vision, perhaps, of your own death. And also, please roll D6 for me to see what physical effect you might have from this vision and drinking of this water.
I have rolled a 6,
Well,
which could be good, could be bad.
Well, 1 to 5 was nosebleed. 6 was violent diarrhea.
Oh, how appropriate, given what I did just earlier today.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's your friends are obliged to wait this out, I guess, as you step off into the... And would anyone else like to take a drink?
Well, no, not after that.
When you walk along enchanted paths, you will find enchanted things, says Péker.
Well, that is very wise, Péker. I'm glad that we did not have you drink of that water. But
Am I feeling better at this point? How long does this last, I guess?
Well, I mean, the vision and everything's over as quickly as it took to describe it,
No, I mean the shitting part.
Oh, well, there's only so much water in a human body and so much of it readily available in the bowels at one time, so I can't imagine it would take longer than 15 or 20 minutes. But you're able to move on from there. And you keep moving on, I guess, expecting to find the chapel.
Well, I kind of wanted to examine that pink stone, just see if there's anything that jumps out.
I guess a monster jumps out. No. You get a nice look at the pink stone, and you touch it, and it seems to be... It's not grainy at all. It's very smooth, in fact. Very, very smooth. Almost as if it's been polished, but not shiny. It's a matte finish. Almost fleshy. And yet as hard as rock when you knock your knuckle on it.
I thought it might have been pink granite, but it is not grainy, so it can't be. And I don't know what this is.
Well, yeah, you could...
I would like to look into the well.
Right.
Like down in, maybe there's a wyvern or a wyvern in the well.
Well, you look into the abyss, and the abyss looks back at you. Yeah. But No, you stare down into the well, and it goes down into darkness. You can't see the bottom of it. And you look into the blackness, and the blackness looks back into you, as I say. And there's nothing to see down there except for the blackness in your own soul. It's a gloomy place, suddenly. And does anyone else want to take a drink of water, or try to take one of the stones, or dismantle the thing, or anything else that someone might do? Pee in the water. Trying to think of things I've remembered you guys doing in adventures. I know off mic in some games that, one of our players, I'm not going to say who has a tendency to hump statues, and another one has a tendency to piss on things when, they frustrate him. So, not going to mention names. But if you guys want to do either...
They're like puppies.
Yeah. If you guys want to do either of those things, you're free to. Otherwise...
You didn't say dick shots, so it couldn't be me.
Yeah, that's right. So we can go ahead and move on, I guess, from this place.
And you've already outed me as the statue humper before.
Humper. Yeah, well, Goonie humps statues, and Red Rocket pisses on things.
Yeah,
it's me, the Red Rocket pees on things.
Yeah.
It depends on which type of character I'm playing. I just usually do play the type that would hump statues, but I don't see Mama Zabagushka being that type.
I'd like to make a note to our listeners that I threatened to hump something in a game the other day, and I was told that girls can't hump. So if you are a female listener on one of our many forums, I would like to comment on whether a female can hump something or not. Our viewer question of the week.
To be fair, I thought you were talking about my personal female character humping the statue, and she was not capable of that.
Well, before we go down...
I didn't say you couldn't hump.
Before we go down a interminable hole of humping...
Humping.
Before we go down this hump hole, let's get back to the matter at hand. And I assume we'd like to leave the red well, since it's spawned so many humping jokes and sidetrack conversations. So, yeah. Mama Zabagushka?
Yes, this well only leads to diarrhea, and I think we can move on.
What a shitty well.
As you move on throughout the day, you've been going for a couple hours now, and it's always hard to see the sun precisely. But you feel like you should have been, you've been traveling for a very long time, and that while you should not have reached the chapel, the burned chapel by now, that the sun's rays ought to be more slanted, that do come through every now and then. Those little star-like trickles of the sky that come down through the forest are brighter, usually, from one edge or the other at dusk or sunset, but it's almost like time is slowing down, and the walk just gets longer and longer. And up ahead, you can see, and this wasn't the same last time, the road begins to be paved up ahead. Not when I say paved, like gravelly, and there's grass growing through it, and there's moss all over it, but there are old stones on the road here. It doesn't bisect the road. It kind of runs alongside the path for a while, and you can see a few hundred yards up ahead that it veers off into the deep depths of the forest again. There's a tiny little hut way at the end of the path, and you can hear the sound of goats, but you can't see them. One or two goats. And that's where you find yourself.
Well, maybe they can shed some light on our situation. Not the goats, but whoever lives in that hut.
Well, you guys want to walk on down that old road then? Okay. Now, I said it was very mossy, and as you walk along, you look down either side, you look at the road ahead, there are other footprints in the moss. I don't mean already there either. It's almost as if invisible people are marching along next to you on the road, and the second you start to notice one and you see what to look for, you see there almost as if there are dozens and dozens of others marching along, pretty rapid steps too, along this road. You don't reach out, you don't feel anything,
We have parallel travelers with us.
Vague magic from the amulet, no witchcraft, but these parallel travelers.
I want to put my feet into like the footprints on the ground and try to follow a set of them exactly.
Well, you do that, and you realize this is somebody who is almost marching in formation. It's a quick step, long stride, and something that if you keep this up for hours, you could cover a lot of ground quickly if you're on a good road. It doesn't take long, though, for you to reach that little hut where you heard those goats coming from at the end of the path. There's a man sitting in the hut. When you pass it, and you look to the front of it, there's a man sitting in front of it on a stump. He's got 2 little goats with him. They're just standing there. They're not secured to anything. He's blind, though, you realize quite quickly with the man. His eyes are all completely milked over. And he says, "Rare to have travelers on this road. Some 4 of you by the sound. Oh, no, wait, there's the tiny, tiny little footsteps of a malnourished 5th. Yes.
Is it truly rare for people to pass by, as I see many tracks?
Oh, you just see the tracks, the ghost of the Legion. The 2nd Arutrix Legion, pride of the Roman province of Pannonia. The sign, coincidentally, is Capricorn. But you're right, it is. People do travel here only very rarely. This is an enchanted road, you see. People are only here when they are lost.
Is that why you keep goats? Because the sign of the Legion is Capricorn.
I've always considered it more of a spooky coincidence. But perhaps there is something in what you say. Perhaps there are no coincidences. Oh, I, of course, have been granted the gift of eternal life, so I wake each day. I need no sustenance. These goats are my friends. My hut's at the end of this road. Sometimes people pass by when they're wandering on enchanted roads. Enchanted roads can go anywhere, You seem to have found yourselves on one.
And how do you find eternal life? I mean, do you like it? Not how did you come, by whence did it come? But do you like it?
No, it is a curse, I tell you. Let those Spanish conquistadors sail across the seas to find their fountains of eternal youth. They are fool's quests. Let someone climb to the Himalayas to find Shangri-La and live forever. They will find themselves miserable. I would love to die, but I cannot. For me, it was a witch that cursed me long, long ago, before the Christian God came to this land. But you waste time with me. I'm just an old bit of color, not of any use to anyone. Oh, I know some old stories, but they won't help you along your way. I'm afraid you must keep walking until you get where you are supposed to go.
Well, we do need to rest. I don't suppose you would allow us to rest here?
For how long? For I told you, I am here on this road today. Where I will be tomorrow, I cannot say.
Well, we have this malnourished boy with us that he is our main concern. I think he needs quite a bit of rest.
Well, the question isn't how much rest he needs, but whether you want to rest somewhere for a week with him, having a long rest.
Well, that's fine with me. I don't think we are in a hurry necessarily. Are we? I mean, I don't think we've left the village, so
Yeah.
I mean, we just still don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, the Dobrogost is down a bit of strength, so, long rest never hurts.
Okay. Well, as I say, he's there, and however long this guy thinks a day is, you're not sure. But as I mentioned earlier, the sun seemed to be at zenith for quite some time. And I said the time felt like it was slowing down. And you start to feel as you... Now the boy is not in immediate, danger of death. But after a few hours, it starts to get... At first it just seems like, the sun is not moving as quickly as it should, and time is not flowing as swiftly as it should. You begin to fear that a week here in convalescence could be who knows how long off the enchanted path. In fact, you've heard of such things. You begin to fear that could be the case here. You also begin to have the sick feeling in your heart that at the end of this road, you know where it's going to lead. Somehow, some inner part of you just knows for sure where it's going to lead. For at least 3 of you, or for at least 4 of you, counting Péker, you're not sure about your friend Bódogasszony.
And I'm afraid that if we spend too much time on the enchanted road when we come off the road, we'll be even older. I think we ought to get off the road now and try to rest somewhere where time is normal.
Well, if you're determined to rest in the depths of Bódogasszony, you can. I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be random encounters. So don't feel punished. That's just built into the system, right? You go try to rest out there off the road.
Which could put Péker in more danger, so...
It's a terrible balance. It seems like all choices are grim and bad.
I shall guard the Péker.
So is he just like metagamingly, is he down strength or is he just down hit point or hit protection?
He just has 1 HP at the best of times. HP. Yeah. He's just a weakling. If he gets hit, he's probably going to take critical damage. Yeah.
So my herbs probably wouldn't help him.
Not specifically. It's nice that you want to help him, but his strength is down, yes, but he just my comment about his 1 HP.
While I will give him some herbs that will increase his strength by 1.
That's good, and that perks him up a little bit. And I'll tell you, his strength is actually down because of sickness. And the more you look around at him, you didn't have a chance to do this earlier, with everybody standing around, but as you're prepping his body for herbs, trying to figure out the best place to put a poultice or whatever, you notice that in his armpits there are somewhat fresh scars. And you realize before somebody's been bleeding him like a leech, like a doctor or a physician would do it, not like a torture. Yeah. But that he's weak through loss of blood. That's what his real problem is. And you get this, and then Bódogasszony, when you see that, and that's pointed out to you, you get this sick feeling about the little channels of blood you saw in the chapel earlier, and you start to think that there's a price to be paid for the protection of the village. And it could be worse than bleeding a little boy. But...
Is Péker making any weird noises since he is down with the sickness?
Wow!
Yeah.
I was going to do that.
Yeah.
I beat you to it. Yes, well, I think this is as good as it's going to get for now, and we should return to the normal paths that we know, leave these enchanted paths alone, and avoid them at all costs.
Well, the problem with an enchanted path is that you're on it, no matter where you go.
Well,
if you could leave it, it wouldn't be enchanted. I don't know who's saying that because you've already left the old man. Péker's so tired.
It does reminds me of something I read once. A very wise philosopher was once quoted as saying, "Wherever you go, there you are."
Yes, it was.
Genius.
Socrates.
Very wise words.
Dr. Bonsai.
Yeah. Well, I feel the need to move you along a little bit here. I don't want to railroad you, but do you want to go into the forest? You want to stay on the road and face what you're starting to feel is somewhat inevitable?
Yeah, I think we are going to end up back at the village, and we just have to deal with those people at the village to stop this.
I mean, you hope with every footstep forward throughout the day. And, it could be that Dobrogosz is with you because he's with you. If he were to go up by himself, he could run off to Vienna if he wanted to and never look back. But as long as he's with you and part of your company, he seems to share in your enchantment, at least on the paths. But you do actually never make it to the chapel, but right about the time you think you should be finding the burnt chapel, then you don't even experience the ground falling away beneath you into a huge bowl. You just come out of the woods and boom, there's Menedék in the dusk. Almost a mirror image of, the way you saw it last night when you got here. Your heart sink, even though you knew the truth, your heart still sink a little bit, yeah.
All roads lead to Menedék.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should take that branching path if we leave this place.
It is no use. We must deal with these villagers. I'll break this enchantment somehow.
There's got to be a way. There's always a way. And sometimes it involves violence. But we'll see.
I would like to try something that I did not try before. Does anyone happen to have a mirror?
Well, I mean, Dobrogosz, as I recall, shined up his knife
to look at
a mirror so that he could make sure they weren't vampires.
He did do that. Yeah.
I don't want to subject this particular ability. I don't want to subject your knife to that because then you will be without it.
Okay.
I have a curse on me, you see. My ancestor wronged a moss witch years ago and cursed my bloodline. And when I look into a mirror, it shatters. And in the shards of the shattered mirror, I can often see illusions. I want to see how much of this place is real and how much of it is an illusion.
Yes, well, good. Don't. Yes, I agree. Don't break my knife.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh.
Yes, no, it would not be good to break a knife.
Well, let's make a mental note to all keep our eyes out for mirrors.
Yes.
Perhaps after you kill everyone in town and go through their cottages and look through their stuff, you can find a mirror if it comes to that. Who knows what it's going to take to get away from this place? And as you're approaching, a few of them have gathered. Let's not forget. There's Marton, the charcoal keeper, the charcoal burner, and a few of them you met already. Janos, the pig keeper, Kovacs, the smith. I think you met Agnes, who told you the story about the Zagani Lelek, the young girl who tried to get shelter here, who they forced out, and they swore they'd never do it again, and everyone would be protected who came here. And but Grandma Sophia is there, and she shakes her head and says, "I knew you would not believe me if I just told you. I knew I had to let you go and see for yourselves. I hope your time was not completely wasted."
Well, I guess we found out. Yes.
But it is.
You knew we'd be back.
But your friend here, your foundling friend, is free to go, for he has not claimed sanctuary here. If he were to renounce you and renounce your friendship, then he would be free. He would be in danger and die someday, but if you stay here, you will live forever. You'll never grow old, and you'll never die, but you must feed. I apologize to Kiefer Sutherland.
What happened? So I don't understand. I can stay. I can not stay. I can leave, but I have to renounce my friendships with all these friends of mine.
Well, you will never see them again. For to stay here, you must. You must be with us. I must claim you. I will ask you one more time, sweet, sweet Dobrogost. We can heal you of that mischievous spirit that lives inside you. Come, be one of us, Dobrogost. One of us, says Kovacs. One of us, says Marton. Let's not do that again, guys, says the other one. And then
We get the idea.
yeah, it's getting old, fellas. We need to think of a new thing, says Molnar.
I reject your hospitality.
Yes, let's reject it. We have accepted it before, but now we reject it. We say it out loud. We reject your hospitality.
We reject your hospitality.
They begin Grandmother Sophia desperately waves her hands before you as if it's not something you should do. What do you do, Percival? I see your mute light has gone off, and you.
I want to say I would like to pray on this matter with my friend, and I want to try. I do have a plan. I want to try to lead Dobrogos to the chapel where their statue is.
Okay. Yeah, they're not going to stop you. They want you into town. And they're all, they're a little creepy, but they smile. They seem to be sincere.
Well, if we're able, to get to the chapel, I want to. As I said, I told them I wanted to pray with Dobrogos, so I'm going to lead him, and I'm going to start to kneel in front of this statue. And then, before I hit my knees, I'm just going to pull out my mace and just hit it as hard as I can.
The statue?
Try to destroy the statue.
Yeah, when you do that, suddenly the whole place fills with a pungent smoke, except the smoke smells like wildflowers. The statue itself breaks apart, shatters into a million pieces. And there's
I didn't get a chance to hump it. Damn you.
And as the shadowy...
Well, I fucked it.
It's a shadowy form of a young lady with terribly sad expression on her face fills the room with her presence, looms up over the both of you. You're completely surprised. Make dexterity saves if you want to do anything. And only two of you are even in the chapel. The other two are outside. And you look over at Mama, what's her face? Grandma Sophia. There's too many mamas and grandmas around here. Yeah. But, well, it looks like you won't be the next grandma after all, Mama Zaragushka. Your friend has made a terrible choice. For we are protected, but he is not. And, yeah, so inside, how did we do on those dexterity saves?
Natural 1.
Oh, nice.
I got a 3.
All right. You're both going to get to act. What do you do? This thing's obviously hostile, too. I mean, this is, and it's a supernatural creature, for sure. So what do you think?
Well, full disclosure, I didn't think that far ahead.
All right.
So is she corporeal, or is she still a misty form?
She seems kind of misty. I don't know. Swing at her and find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do.
All right. You're already right there.
I brought this on myself.
Yeah, you don't have to charge. She's looming up right in front of you. I mean, she's standing a little higher than you because she's on a pedestal, but she's actually kind of almost child-sized. So maybe you shouldn't be humping it. Yeah.
What, short people don't get all that?
All right, so yeah, you using your mace, I guess, you bash at it. How much damage do you do?
Yes, I rolled a 5.
Okay. And yeah, you feel like that does something. You get a little bit of resistance, like a semi-corporeal. You feel like you did a little damage, but that it is soaking some damage too, through some sort of ethereal resistance. And how about you, Dobroghost?
Well, it looks misty and incorporeal, yeah.
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 But you feel like it's semi. I mean, you can do damage to it. It's semi-corporeal.
Dobrogos wants to try to wrestle it.
Okay. Therefore, you're rushing in to grapple it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now comes the horrible realization that it is a chilling surface of his flesh. If it is touched or if it touches you, it's going to do damage to you. So the second you grab it to try to do that, and I rolled 2d6 for damage, I only picked the highest, but I got a 6, and you're already screwed up. I don't want to kill you, but...
well, I fortunately, I had all my HP, but now I have none of it.
Okay,
So
all right. Are you at exactly 0?
I am at exactly 0.
Oh, my, then you are going to have a scar, my friend. But I think we're going to let it do something before we figure out your exact scar. Because that just involves looking. In fact, we don't need to do that. How much damage took you to 0? 6, I believe.
Yes, precisely.
So you have a head. Roll a d6. You have a head wound. Because that was hard on your head.
4.
All right. So now roll 3d6, and if this is higher than your current dexterity, it will become your new dexterity. If it's not, then you're good. And you have a scar on your head, from like a freezer burn.
3d6. Okay.
Yeah, and if it's higher than your current dexterity, you get to keep it. It's actually a good thing. And if it's not, then there's no effect.
I rolled exactly my dexterity of 12.
Okay, well.
633.
There you go. But you do have a noticeable scar on your face now. But you were so pretty before. Okay.
Yes, oh God.
Yeah.
Yes, he was hottest man around.
However, I will still make it roll to, not be grabbed, When you say wrestle, you mean you're trying to, like, knock it to the ground. Of course, now you know every time you touch it, though, so unless you flinch off.
Right. I mean, I think honestly, touching it and losing the 6 HP would immediately cause him to fucking let go.
Yeah. I want to honor the attempt to knock it over, though, because you still have the momentum. However, I did make a good strength roll for it. In fact, it rolled a natural 1 for this thing, which you realize must be the Zagani Lelek, the poor soul who protects this village. But now is protecting itself from you. And it must go. It lurches forwards on Percival, and again I roll a 4 and a 6 for damage with its touch. I must take the 6, of course, and 6 damage to Percival. Don't forget if you have any armor. Wait, I'm sorry, never mind. This ignores armor. Specifically says so.
In that case, I had exactly 6 HP, so that would put me at exactly 0.
Okay, you are at exactly 0, and you have the same exact result. So roll 1d6.
5.
Okay, this also is going to be your dex, so roll 3d6, same thing that Ryan did. And all right, and so I'll let you calculate that while we move on to what's happening outside. And Mama Zabagushka, what do you do?
I also rolled exactly.
Oh, wow.
My
Cool.
death.
Well, nobody's goes up, but that's cool. And you will also have a noticeable scar on your head. Also, that terrible freezer burn.
I'm already scarred, so...
Yeah. What's one more? What's one more? Mama Zabagushka, what do? You can hear that the terrible things are happening inside there, and the villagers are starting to get tense, too. They're starting to reach down and pick up things like bricks, and, a knife or two comes out. What do you do?
Well, I don't want to leave Péker here with the rest of the villagers, but running into danger with him seems bad.
What terrible moral choices we must make in the world of Cairn.
I think at least with if he comes with me, I'll have. But I'm not going to bring him into that. I'll at least, but get him away from this immediate area, and I'll tell him to go hide.
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
He goes, runs off.
Yes, and then I will run in, and I will try to attack if I can with my iron dagger.
Yeah, you rush forward. Again, it was more of a small chapel, right? It's not like a huge church. You rush in and stab at the thing. You see your friends have been hurt by it badly.
Yeah. Let's see. It's 5 damage.
Okay. We'll take some of that. And how about you, Barbie, the bone keeper? Outside, like I say, things are getting tense. What do you do?
I would like to stay outside the door of the chapel and use my sling.
Okay. And down the middle of the chapel comes the whizzing buzz of your sling stone.
6.
And boom, nice. You'll take some of that. Okay. Now, the people outside attack. Morton, the charcoal keeper, rushes at you with an axe, Barbie, and hits you for 2 damage. Meanwhile, Ilka, the leather worker, has a curved knife. And Ilka comes in and does 5 points of damage to you. Now, you know, this thing is here to protect the villagers. You know, if a villager were to die, it could, prevent it from doing that. If you kill it, what happens to the villagers? God only knows, but you can tell you guys are, you're not like D&D heroes with 40 or 50 HP, so I know things are getting a little dicey for you, and, normally I'd say running away is always an option, but in this case, only temporarily. So, anyway, you find yourself in a very no-good situation, and that's been your turn. It's now the next turn, though, and we're going to go back to our friends in the chapel. And Percival, what do you do?
I can't really do anything else but hit it.
Well, sometimes that's what it takes, is to hit something till it's dead. Or even deader than dead. Unless you have some magic that could help, but I don't know if any of you do.
No, only 3 damage, unfortunately.
Okay, well, every little bit helps. Dobrogos, you're right there. You're somewhat recovered from your shock.
Yeah, so I'm going to swing my dagger at it, but should we all be rolling at the same time and taking the highest?
You're absolutely right. Thank you for that reminder. Since we're all attacking the same thing, nice. Anyone who is in there fighting it, everybody roll, and then you pick the highest.
Well, I got a 4,
right.
So I slightly higher than the 3.
Okay.
What die are we
Your
rolling?
normal attack dice. Just when everybody attacks the same thing at once, we all roll and pick the highest. You all take turns whacking at it.
Well, I rolled a 1, so
Okay.
I'm definitely out.
I also rolled a 1.
So who's highest?
4 with double ghost.
Okay, there we go. And that actually makes this go much quicker, and it can only get one of you at a time, though. And it's going to get Mama Zabagushka this time for... I got a 1 and a 2, so she'll go with the 2, obviously. And now you guys can attack it again. Now it gets fast and furious. Now it's a swirling melee. But there are people... You can see the shadows in the doorways, though. The shadow in the doorway shows that the villagers are gathering outside, and they're getting really close to you, Barbie.
Did you say you did 2 damage to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it's from this creature, it ignores armor. Don't forget that. But from the villagers, armor counts. All right. So who got the most damage to this thing? Who you guys all... I know Ryan rolled a 1.
Not me.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
How about brave Percival? Mighty Percival. He has a 5, and that's what we need. Joe's showing me a great big 5 on my camera. And now the thing flickers a bit. Doesn't go out, flickers just a bit. And the villagers crush in behind. And I'm going to give you 2 HP back, by the way, Barbie, because I should have made both of those villagers attack you at the same time. But now Kovacs joins them, so 3 of them are attacking your rear as you block the doorway. I roll 3d6. I have 2 5s and a 4, so you take 5 lose 5 HP. And there's only that many can attack you in the doorway. Otherwise, they'd all be piling in. The whole village is turned against you. Ironically, aren't you supposed to be protected because you drank the drink? But you've turned against them. Okay. Any questions before we move on?
Well, we're on their turn right now?
Well, it's
Okay.
Yep, top of the next round. That is.
I just wanted to do something that involves not attacking the spirit.
Okay. Well, you guys on your turn can act in whatever order. So what do you do?
I am going to cast, since not all the villagers are in here, I want to cast, from my spell book, I have this thicket. I can cast 50 feet wide to block the doorway so no more villagers, or at least it will impede them from getting in
it's a great idea.
To the chapel.
I think Barbie better jump the hell out of the way, though.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
inside.
Okay, I'm going to jump inside with them.
Well, luckily, magically, the thicket grows up behind you, and got 50 feet of it almost surrounds the place, And luckily, that Marton and Kovacs and Ilka are caught on the other side of it and can't keep coming up and chopping at your back while you're trying to sling stones into the place. You're also now in the place with your friends and the Zagani Lelek. If you guys are going to attack it again, I'd throw those dice at it. Everybody rushes forward to attack, I guess. Oh my gosh, we have 6 from Dobroghost. Anyone got better than a 6?
Only a 2.
Oh. Dobroghost, you've hit it, and he's rolling 8 or less to avoid critical damage. It rolls a 16. It does not. However, the moment it takes critical damage, it realizes it was summoned here by the mother, the Bódogasszony, to protect these people, and has failed. And it explodes in a terrifying burst of psychic energy that it with such force that shards of rock are ripped off the insides of the chapel. And everyone in here takes, well, luckily for you, only 1 point of damage. And is not modified by armor, so some of you might go down into critical at this point. But after being knocked back and getting back up, meanwhile, outside you can hear great wailing and weeping from the people. Screaming, gnashing of teeth, beating of breasts, wailing, terror. And then, in the distance, you hear a battle trumpet, a Turkish battle trumpet, going off. Yes, Percival?
That 1 point of damage did come off of my strength.
Okay, so
If I'm remembering correctly, I make a strength test.
at that new lower level, yes.
Right,
Or
and
you'll take critical damage.
Yeah, I rolled an 18, so I think that would be critical damage.
Yeah, and he buckles.
That's way higher than 5.
Yeah, he buckle fall down to your knees. You realize Percival has given his all here, and he's taking critical damage. Now, he's okay. If your friends are there to subdue you and blah, 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 he's not going to die. But he's unable to really do anything other than crawl around right now. That last burst really did it. But now things seem to be going very badly. You had no idea there was a Turkish group in the vicinity. You would have if you had taken that, southwestern path that you didn't know where it went, but how could you know that? And you also know this village has been protected for a very long time from being molested by soldiers. The Turks are near. The village has no protection. You guys are wounded, battered, with no place, no time for a long rest. You have hostile villagers just outside. It's going to be a long break before we can find out what happens again, because we're going to be so on edge until our next episode.
Hey everyone, if you like this podcast, consider leaving us a good rating and or review, and subscribe to us wherever you can. We've got a YouTube channel and a Discord server, as well as merchandise available at TeePublic. Find our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. You can find all those links and more at linktree/GooniesWorld. Thanks for listening.